I get it, bro, and I hear it, right? But I need to see this guy take the shackles off now, fam. I need to see the handbrake come off. He spent an unbelievable amount of money on defenders. He spent even more on defensive midfielders and trying to replace players. And I think when you've got 6, maybe even 7 defensive players on, it is such a safety thing, man. So I want to see him now trusting his defense that apparently is the best in the league, but you wouldn't know it looking at Arteta. He clearly don't think that's that good because he keeps trying to put players in front of him that can defend. Trust that they're good enough. Take the shackles off and have a right go. Otherwise, I don't think we're winning this league. In fact, I don't think we're getting near to winning this league if he plays like that. What are you telling me?
Yeah, unfortunately, he's got it the wrong way round. I'd much rather you play like that against Newcastle away than Man City home. That's where the problem is. The problem is that it's like I don't know, man. It's got to the point where like I don't like whether you're Arteta out or Arteta in. I feel like we all can kind of understand that we wanted Eze on the pitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's really anything to do with anything, but we want our best players playing. There's no difference to dropping Eze as there is to dropping Saka. There'll never be a game where I think that Saka shouldn't be playing. I don't matter what the tactics are. There will never be a match where I feel like Saliba shouldn't be on the bench. There will never be a match where I feel like Declan Rice shouldn't be on the pitch, regardless of who we're playing and regardless of the tactics. And I feel like that should be the same for players like Eze. I feel like Eze is in our team right now. There should never be a game or tactic where Trossard starts ahead of Eze. That should never be a thing. There should never be a game or a tactic. I don't care if you're playing defensively or on the counter or you're playing against Burnley or Man City. There should never be a tactic where Merino starts ahead of Eberechi Eze. That's what it comes down to. I can understand certain tactics. You get it. Like you go to Anfield, nothing's happened in a long time. You want to go free solid in the middle. I can hear that. Or Bilbao, first time they've been in the Champions League in 10 years and it's away from home. It's a tricky game. But I think what he did, he underestimated how good this team was. And I'm talking about our own team. I don't think he realized how much better we were than Man City. Because even when we had those 3 in the middle, we were still controlling the whole game. And I don't think he realized that this team is a lot better than the Man City team. And he did them a disservice on Sunday. He did them a disservice. He did the fan base a disservice. He did everyone a disservice because they all deserve. Like I said, me and Stricture were talking in the week, and I said to him, no football players, they talk to each other. You see, when they're in hotels and they're talking to their people, their friends in group chats, and they have conversations with people that they trust. So if we're football players, we'll be talking to each other. Do you think Rice is not talking to Saka saying, why is he playing Merino again? Do you know, you see when they're covering their mouth and they're doing that type of stuff and they're talking to each other, they're probably having these conversations like, bro, how can you be playing Merino again instead of Eze, bro? Eze is probably talking to his brother on the phone like, can you believe I'm not starting today, bro? Like, these things are probably happening because there's no reason, like I say, a tactic. There's never a tactic where Merino is going to be better than Eze in the 10. And I can understand it for certain games. Like I say, you're playing Newcastle away. I'd much rather you've done it Newcastle away than Man City home. He's doing it the wrong way. I can understand it. But this Man City game where they're so weak defensively, we're at home. We've got a duty of care for the fan base, for us to be hopeful and have belief in the club and in what we're doing. It's not just about just the game and you're the manager. We understand that. But before the game, I had group chat phone calls with some of my friends. All of us were deflated before the game. Like, you've decided to be manager of the club, innit? You've decided to take this job, to apply for this job. So you've got a duty of care for us to believe that we can go on and win every game, innit? And you've decided that in that game, the whole fan base, their shoulders dropped before the game even started. I can guarantee you that. Whether you're Arteta out or Arteta in. And I think that's more the disappointing thing, regardless of the result, because the result's not a bad result. You can draw a Man City any time, any day. That's not a bad result naturally, but it's the feeling before the game is the issue for me. Like before the game, I feel like we should all feel like we watch football to be like, oh, we can win this. You know, we've got a chance to win this game. We love football. We watch it. We care about football. It's our release. It's our stress release for everyone. And you should add to that, not take it away. That's really my take on it. I feel like you got a duty of service to us and to the fam. You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
Can
bro.
I just jump in it real quick?
Go on, Brandon.
Yeah. That midfield three should never happen. Whether it's Newcastle away, Man City away, Liverpool away, I don't care. That midfield should never happen. And there's for one reason only, right? This manager likes stats when they're in his favour. Let me give you a stat right here, right now. Declan Rice and Mikel Merino have started in Arsenal's midfield 10 times together. Arsenal have won once, and that was against Monaco at home in the Champions League group phases. Yeah, feel it doesn't work.
Against Ipswich.
It should never ever happen. It shouldn't happen, and especially when you look at our squad now and see the amount of attacking players, that quality attacking players that we have in this squad or not. You know, that should never happen,
No.
regardless of whether we're home or away. I don't care.
Sorry, not to cut you. I agree with you in that regard. I'm talking about more so about understanding what someone's trying to do. Like I'm saying, like people say that Eze should never play on the left and stuff like that. But if Eze is playing on the left, I can understand why he's playing on the left, because that's where it enhances the team and in certain games. So when we played Bilbao, for example, and he played them three in the middle, regardless of whether I agree with it or not, I understand what he's trying to do. I get it. It makes sense because it's an away fixture. It's an away game. They're trying to be hard to beat away from home. First game in the Champions League of the season. You want to make sure you're solid. Whether you agree with it or not is a different point. Obviously, we all got different tactical ideas, but I'm saying I get what you're trying to do. At Man City home, that was a chance for us to go all out attack because they were weak at the back and we beat them 5-1 last year. So I feel like it's just the timing is wrong. That's what I feel. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, no, look, I've got to be honest. Christian, I'll come to you quick on this. Like, I think we all know what needs to happen. My fear is that it won't happen. I expect to see Merino play again at the weekend against Newcastle. I expect to see something on the left that's potentially Martinelli or something like that, because he scored in a couple now. I just don't get the feel. I don't get the feeling of love with Eze and Gyökeres from Arteta. I don't really get that he wanted them players personally. I just don't feel like he's happy with those two. It seems to me that there's something. You know, he likes to take Gyökeres off. He likes to bring Eze into the middle and then shout him when he's not playing out as a touchline winger. I mean, come on, everyone knew he wasn't a touchline winger. There's a lot of problems there, but I think we all stating the obvious on this pod so far about our style. Do you think he's going to change it, bruv?
Maybe the noise will make him change it. Just the noise this week or after that City game has been mad. Like from every fan, from every pundit, every podcast. I feel like I've had this conversation 20 times and it's Tuesday. Like, I don't know, man. You know what I don't understand as well? If Odegaard was fit, we can all agree that he would have started, right? The midfield would have been Rice, Zubimendi, and Odegaard. Odegaard wasn't fit. Who in this squad is the most similar to Odegaard? It's probably
Nwaneri.
It's probably Eze first, and then it's Nwaneri, and then it's Merino. How does Merino become the next choice when Odegaard isn't fit? It doesn't make any sense to me.
He's not doing it for like, though, is it? It's not for like, is it? He's not like, even if Odegaard was fit, I could still see him playing that midfield. It's not.
That's why I don't get. It's not why it's not like for like, because you've got those two players that can break up play and are defensive minded in Rice and Zubimendi. What are you thinking? I really cannot understand it at all. At Anfield, cool. I still didn't like it at Anfield. I still wouldn't have done it, but I could understand it. Cool. Like, we didn't get the result. It went the wrong way. At Bilbao, I didn't understand it. You know, Bilbao was a team that wouldn't finish top 6 in the Premier League. I don't think they'd finish top 8. Not to disrespect them, but we're so much better than them. Go and score goals. Let the defense defend with the 4 and maybe Declan Rice or Zubimendi in front. And I would even go further, that I didn't just want to see Rice, Zubimendi, Eze. I wanted to see maybe not even against City. And I've said this before on this podcast. I want to see 2 attacking players in midfield. Facts. You don't need to play Rice and Zubimendi in every single game. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Against Forest, we didn't. I think we played Rice dropped out, Zubimendi, Merino, and Nwaneri. And it was so much more front-footed because, look, Merino's not a defensive midfielder. He's someone that will go a little bit more. So why not play Rice, Eze, Odegaard? Why not try that? Why not play Zubimendi, Odegaard, Eze? Zubimendi, Eze, Nwaneri. Do you know what I mean? Just try and score goals.
Yeah, but
I
Odegaard
don't
wasn't fit.
wanna win
Odegaard
games
wasn't fit, was
1-0.
he?
I don't want to win
Odegaard
games
wasn't.
2-1.
Odegaard wasn't
Huh?
fit though.
No, I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about in general. This is what I want to see, and I don't think we'll ever see
Oh,
it.
okay.
I want to see
I'll
us.
tell you what,
go through it. I wanna see
Chris,
us
very
attack.
quickly, yeah. Very quickly. When you said I don't know what he's thinking, I've told you what he's thinking. We all know what he's thinking. Yeah.
Yeah,
This
definitely.
is what he's thinking, man. He thinks Mikel Merino is this guy. Real talk.
Yeah.
Because I don't get why he's doing this. It makes zero sense to me. Zero sense to me. I've got to try and make it make sense in my mind to think, right, Merino, who are you? What sort of a player are you?
Dan,
He scored 3 games for Spain. He didn't score for Arsenal, though, did he, Mikel? Do you know what I'm saying?
We've got to state some facts here. Everyone associates Mikel Arteta with Pep Guardiola. Let's not forget who he played played his best football for, and who we signed him from. We signed him from David Moyes' Everton. David Moyes has had a big influence on his career, whether people like to hear it or not. You can talk about the pet connection as much as you like. You can deny that he played for Everton. You can deny that he played under David Moyes as much as you like. But the fact is that when I see us play, there's similarities at times to the Everton side under David Moyes, especially off the ball, especially the hard running, especially the low blocks, where we can't be overloaded. David Moyes has had a really big influence on Mikel Arteta. When you look at the style of play, I can tell you one thing now. Once again, I'm the guy who's going to tell you that Father Christmas doesn't exist, and the Tooth Fairy is just a myth, that I was the one who left the $5 for the kid that lost his tooth. We're not going to change the way we play under this manager. It's not criticism of it, it's just a fact. He's still scarred by 22, 23. I wasn't surprised that he was going to play on that team at Man City, because for him, in his eyes, it worked at Nottingham Forest and it worked against Bilbao because we won both games. And I'm going to save him something more controversial. I told you Eze wasn't a left-sided player, didn't I? Eze will not play in this team until he gets up to speed. Mikel Arteta is not changing any style of play for Gyökeres and Eze. So if they want to play every week, they're going to have to get in line with what Mikel wants and get in line quick, or
That's
risk being
scary,
dropped.
Kenny. That's scary, man.
I think it's a bit early for that. I think the team will be very, very different, though.
Do that. But if you guys think that he's going to change the style of play and move the wheel tactically for those guys, I'm sorry, mate. Then we might as well. It's like seeing out of Alice in Wonderland. It's not going to happen.
I think the team's very different though when it's Saka, Eze, and Odegaard and Gyökeres up front. I think it's a very, very different team.
Yeah,
I feel like obviously
same tactics though. Same tactics.
I think it's a very, very different team and different way of playing when the three are playing behind Gyökeres.
The personnel's there, where we've got an extremely strong squad. There's no doubt about it. We're more than capable of playing a more football with panache, playing a more exciting style. But the main base of how we play is being difficult to beat, making sure we pick up our runners, making sure we don't get overloaded. Whatever happened in 22, 23 must never, ever happen again. If that means sacrificing a bit of our panache, then that's going to be the way under Mikel Arteta. So your Ezes, your Gyökeres is going to work with very limited service, very limited chances, and the chances he's going to have to take. Eze, he's going to have to, get in tune with how we play. If the left wing position is the only position he's got, then he's going to have to change for Mikel.
Imagine being Gyökeres, though. Imagine, you want to come to this club, you fight however hard to.
This is Arsenal now. He's not a sporting club.
But we had this, Christian, when at the start, we had this conversation before, and everyone was saying, how many goals you reckon Dan asked the question, how many goals you reckon Gyökeres will score? And everyone was going 25, 28, 30. And I went 12, 15 goals. And everyone went to me, are you mad? And I went, well, it's Mikel Arteta's tactics. You think that Gyökeres is going to score 20 plus goals under this manager, the system he plays? And I said he was going to look bang average. And he looked bang average. Looks like a Sunday afternoon player.
And everyone
I don't know
about that, man.
The problem is, guys, right? The problem is you can go back last season and watch streams and watch podcasts, and we're having the same conversation about this football manager. This football manager has had his phases. We've all trusted the process. We've all been behind him at one point or another. And here we are again having the same conversation. This manager is not going to change the style of play. It's getting worse. It's regressing. It's getting more boring to watch. We're creating less chances, right? We was told we only need a number 9. The amount of chances we create, if we had a number 9, we're going to score bags of goals. That's gone. We're creating less chances. He's had all the tools. He's had all the money. And we are still looking at the same squad week in, week out, the same tactics, sideways passing. His game is built on not getting overloaded, possession-based football. That is it. That is it. And
Bro, we're 5 games in.
And making us
5 games in.
Okay. No,
2 years.
5 games. We had the same. We had the. No. Let me.
Saying Bucharest
hang on a minute. You're going on about 5 games in.
We're 5 games in. Man's bagged 3 in the Premier League.
We was having this
Haven't even
conversation
come halfway
last
yet.
season.
We've lost Thomas Partey.
We've
lost Thomas Partey, a pivotal player in our midfield. And I'm sorry, Zubamendi's nowhere near what Partey offered.
Exactly.
I'm sorry about that.
I was just going to get onto that. Let me talk. Let me just talk, and then you can come in again. So now, if you're going to play with defensive midfield players, you can still play with defensive midfield players and create chances. The fact of the matter is, we've got defensive midfield players that don't create anything. You've got Marino that spends half of his time on the floor, and you've got Zubamendi being bundled off the ball and losing possession. And when he does get the ball in acres of space, he just plays it safe. So we've not even got the creativity from our defensive midfield players. The problem is with this manager now, he's got, and I agree with Christian, how on earth can you take out a number 10 and not replace him with a number 10 when you've got Wanyeri and Eze on the bench? What manager would do that 6-7 years going into football management? Right? And then he has the audacity to play Trossard out on the left. He doesn't even put Martinelli, who scored in midweek, all right, although he's fallen off. But then he plays Trossard on the left. No one in a million years, no Arsenal fan in that stadium would have predicted Trossard starting on the left against Man City. No one. And this is the problem we've got with this manager. He went to Liverpool. He played defensively. He didn't set down a marker, which he should have done. Win, lose or draw, if we'd have gone and attacked Liverpool and had a real good go of it, no Arsenal fan would have been too disappointed if we'd have come away with no points.
We
was looking at the performance.
Of course they would. DJ, you would have gone off.
No, listen, you'd be disappointed that we didn't win anything, but you'd be looking at a performance.
No.
And then he had a chance Man City at home. We're going into that game 6 points behind Liverpool. We're 6 points behind Liverpool going into that game. That game should have been treated like a cup final. He